fulfill countless practices and vows in all meritorious Dharma. This verse meaning is also very profound and vast. Practice means life, behavior, here we are only the precepts, some guidelines for practice, convenience in daily life, like some of our wrong behaviors. Based on these items, to correct, we've talked about the 3 refuges, the 6 harmonies, the 3 studies, and 6 perfections. Behind it all is the 10 great vows of Samantabhadra. When our Jinzhong society was established, we chose these 5 subjects. Very easy to remember. At all times, according to these 10 items, to cultivate order. These 10 vows were mentioned earlier, so they won't be repeated. These 5 subjects include the Bodhisattva, boundless and infinite practices, studying Buddhism if we neglect the correction of our thoughts and behaviors, then in Buddhism, no matter how much effort we put into seeking understanding or even speaking about the teachings, no matter how eloquently we speak, it will be of no use. This is what the late Li Bin, who lived a long life, used to say. What should be done? Life and death, what about it? Life and death, that is to say, it has nothing to do with transcending life and death or leaving the 3 realms. Therefore, in Buddhism, no matter how vast the world becomes, from beginning to end, the emphasis is always on the mind. Understanding is the myriad ways of practice. This is what we must be aware of. Practice, and then there is movement. This word is very important. We often see it in the scriptures, especially in the writings of the ancient sages. The so-called practice and vow are like 2 wings, like the 2 wheels of a cart. Explaining their relationship. Very important, very closely related. Act according to the Tao, and let the vow guide leadership. Act with discipline as said in daily life. Express your wishes to the world. Calmness in the Avatamsaka Sutra. It tells us about making vows. In the monastery, the most important thing is to use sincerity as the foundation of great vows. Therefore, All the great vows made by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in their causal stages are based on the body-mind. The body-mind. Calmness, explained in more detail. The essence of the mind, by the appearance of the mind, by the virtue of the mind. It is explained in these three aspects. And the essence of the mind, it's what we often talk about, as mentioned in the sutras and treatises. Straightforward mind, deep mind, great compassionate mind. This is the essence of the mind. The Pure Land method is known as a convenient method within the Mahayana teachings, but it also needs to be based on the body-mind. In this sutra, we see the three levels of rebirth. The conditions for rebirth always involve developing the body-mind, consistently focusing on these 8 words. It is evident that developing the mind is extremely important. There are many fellow practitioners who overlook this matter, thinking that as long as I recite the Buddha's name continuously, it will be fine. In the end, at the time of death, still in a fluster, unable to gain. Where is the reason? Lack of the body-mind. The 8 words of the conditions for rebirth. You only did 4 words. That's not enough. You kept focusing on one aspect, but did not develop the body-mind. So you still cannot achieve rebirth. Developing the mind is too important. The body and mind within the body-mind is a willingness to love goodness and virtue. Usually goes smoothly. Blessings of the Tathagata, as 4 great vows made in the causal ground. The 4 great vows are the total. Speaking of all, the vows made by all Buddhas and Tathagatas in the causal ground. Infinite great vows. Summarize them. In the end, they all boil down to these 4. Even the 48 vows of Amitabha Buddha can be summarized within these 4 vows. So this monastery becomes the fundamental pillar within the Mahayana path. The court must correspond with him. This is the first rule of the temple. Sentient beings are boundless. I vow to save them. One must make a vow to save sentient beings. Why make this vow? I have mentioned to you before. Bodhisattva. If one does not save sentient beings, does not educate them, does not help sentient beings. Their body-mind cannot manifest, can it? In other words, their own cultivation and merits cannot be perfected. This principle is not difficult to understand. We often say in everyday life, teaching and learning enhance each other. The four limbs of the path. Teachers teach students, and students often inspire teachers too. Because of students, teachers ask questions, or in daily life, teachers observe and often have realizations. This inspiration helps them to become enlightened. How can one succeed without interacting with students? Therefore, the perfection of one's innate virtues must rely on engaging with the broader community. Only then can it be fully realized. This is why Siddhartha had to visit 53 teachers. That's the reason. If he didn't seek learning, his wisdom couldn't be complete. So in this world, anyone, any way of life, a profession, they must go and seek knowledge to inspire wisdom within. Only then can their wisdom truly be perfected. From this we can see that spiritual practice is not something that can be done by staying at home. Just staying at home, thinking you'll definitely succeed. Point. All of you students must understand. Staying at home to enjoy comfort. How can you expect to develop wisdom that way? It doesn't make sense. We've also heard in the Buddhist community, both lay people and monks practicing in seclusion. Living in a hut, restricting one's movements. We often hear about this. These things do exist, but they are not for beginners to learn. Who are these people? They have gone study and practice to achieve complete fulfillment. These two types of wisdom are known after the foundation is laid. It has already been perfected. In other words, they've graduated. There's no place left to go for further study. At this point, one should vow to teach and transform others. Those who have achieved wisdom themselves should teach others. This is the norm for all Buddhas and Tathagatas. The rules. What is the path to becoming a Buddha for? After becoming a Buddha, it's not like there's nothing to do. It's not about sitting in a shrine, letting people make offerings and worship. That's not the job. After becoming a Buddha, one must help all sentient beings. That's the task at hand. To educate and transform sentient beings. Buddhism is a personal path. You all should know Buddhism is a personal path. Thought is very noble. respect teachers, and value the path. In ancient times, Buddhism and worldly teachings were the same. One only heard of coming to learn, never of online interactions. A teacher couldn't say, "I'll come to your house to teach you." Such words couldn't be spoken. Who would be so arrogant? How capable do you think you are? Do you dare to call on people? So, after becoming Buddhas, the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are also very humble. They wouldn't dare say, "I have knowledge, I have virtue, I can be a teacher." They wouldn't dare say such things. If others respectfully call them that, they certainly wouldn't dare to reject it. Others. So what to do? If they truly achieve something, they feel embarrassed to tell others. People don't recognize them either. So how would they be willing to learn from them? So they play a little trick. This disguise also involves seclusion. Seclusion. This means announcing to the broad masses of society that my wisdom and virtue have achieved something. You see, there's no need to go out and seek learning. All of you who are seeking learning can come to me. That's what it means. So seclusion is because there's no opportunity. No one invites them to give lectures. They use this method. Using this method to wait for opportunities. Which means waiting for others to invite them. While waiting, they also continue their own studies. Not resting on their laurels, they go further, waiting in there. In ancient times, those seeking knowledge, we need to discern who is a true virtuous teacher. Those big reputation and high prestige. Nowadays, people with high recognition, they may not necessarily be true virtuous teachers. So who are the true virtuous teachers? They would inquire everywhere to see if anyone is in retreat. If they find someone in retreat, that person is considered a true virtuous teacher. You can go to them to study and seek advice. If they can't resolve the questions you raise, you can tell them to come out of retreat and join you in studying, as they are not yet qualified to be in retreat. They still need to go and be a student. Retreat is for students once perfected. Then they can become a teacher. So this path of thought is very dignified. It must be requested by someone. Then do the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, teach the Dharma. In the past, when Shakyamuni, Buddha, appeared, he was reading under the Bodhi tree at night, and his vision was truly realized. That is to say, he also achieved ultimate and perfect wisdom. After achieving this, he spread the teachings to benefit others. No one recognized him. No one invited him. In this situation, he was about to enter a state of semi-nirvana. It was at that time that he began to paint. It is truly a pity, as it is not easy for a Buddha to come to this world. No one in the human world recognized him, but that's all right. Celestial beings. They have supernatural powers, so they recognized him. Therefore, they descended to this world to invite him on behalf of us mortals. Which celestial beings? The ones from the nearby heavens. The nearby heavens are the 4 dhyanas and the 5 pure abodes. No wonder they are all practitioners, not ordinary people. In our time, flourishing, coexisting, the largest in number. There are 3. Our world is one place where ordinary and holy beings coexist. That, more than 10. This. In these places, with beautiful mountains and clear waters, we see these landscapes have a spiritual aura. In the world, people generally say the feng shui is very good. Why is there spiritual energy? Why is the feng shui so good? Some people say that there are Buddhas, Bodhisattvas and Arhats practicing in that place. That's why the feng shui is good. We understand this principle today. The environment changes with the mind. In places where there are bodhisattvas and arhats, their pure, sincere, compassionate hearts, filled with wisdom, transform the environment for the better. The dependent condition changes with the primary condition. In places without Buddhas, bodhisattvas, or true practitioners, how could the feng shui be better? In ancient times, some people didn't grasp this principle. Look at the temples in mainland China. The sites for temples are all in places with the best feng shui. Why build temple? Everyone thought monks really have a knack for it. They know how to assess feng shui. They all choose places with good feng shui to build temples and practice sites. Actually, it's wrong to think that monks go around assessing feng shui. When monks live in a place for a few years, even if the feng shui was bad, it becomes good. This is mind. On the contrary, if the mind changes with the environment, that's suffering. Originally, the feng shui might be good, but if you're constantly troubled and daydreaming, for 2 or 3 years, good feng shui can turn bad. If you all understand this principle, stop hiring people to assess feng shui. You're just wasting money and getting scammed. You have the ability to change the feng shui yourself. This is the right approach. Relying on a geomancer to change your feng shui, there's no logic in that. If they could change it, why wouldn't they change their own at the same time? If he can't even change his own, and he says he can help you change yours, can you really trust him? So people who study Buddhism must understand the principles. Don't let others deceive you. Don't get used by others. So you must make a vow to help everyone, all sentient beings in suffering. The emotional burden is quite heavy. So you need to have a body-mind as your vision. In the body-mind, there is no delusion, discrimination, or attachment. So the body-mind corresponds with the Dharma realm of emptiness. See how vast this mind is? This is the true mind. Our mind is originally this vast. The power of thought is for sentient beings, not for oneself. Sentient beings are oneself. That's correct. Absolutely correct. It corresponds with the true nature of reality. We often talk about this principle in our first lecture, Kya. The vast emptiness and the Dharma realm are indeed oneself. The conflicts in today's world. It's very serious. Everyone knows it. But no one is willing to let go of their disputes. Where exactly is the problem? It lies in the narrowness of the mind. Only seeing one's own interests, not seeing the interests of others. So they do things that harm others and benefit yourself. People in this world often say harming others benefits oneself. This statement is wrong. It doesn't make sense. People don't understand this. Helping others is truly helping oneself. Harming others, can it ever benefit oneself? Throughout history, this logic doesn't exist. So this is a mistaken thinking, a darkness in the heart, confusion and delusion. Their thoughts and views are severely misguided, completely contrary to the truth of reality. This is called being contrary. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Their thoughts, words, and actions are exactly the opposite of us ordinary people. This is something worth our contemplation, worth our study. All Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, they